Okay, we put flour, and we have to put baking powder. My mom doesn't measure. I don't measure.
I measure.
So you do a pinch.
My name is Honoria Ramirez Garavito.
Becky Adame.
Nori Adame-Ramirez.
This is my mom's palote, I call it, and it's over 100 years old.
This is my mother's, and it used to have handles, and it's about over 50 years old.
This is mine. It's about 5 years old. One day I'll get this if I learn how to use it.
And one day I'll get this one.
No más poquitas, ¿verdad?
You gain lots of weight.
Well, I was about 10 when I started making tortillas, and then I learned from watching my mother and helping her cook a little bit. And then when I got married, my mother-in-law taught me a little bit more, and then I learned the rest on my own. We had a neighbor that used to know, because there was 7 of us girls, and she always knew who was making the tortillas by the way we used them.
The sound of it?
Sound of it. Cocinando en la cocina.
Y se le cayó un diente. When I was going to school, we couldn't speak Spanish because they would punish us. They would pedal us, they send us to the office.
Yeah.
Then, how ironic that I end up getting my credential and then trying to teach the Anglo teachers how to speak Spanish.
Yeah. I don't think that Latinos have been treated very fairly. From my personal experience, I went to an all Mexican school from elementary up until my 5th grade of school, and when they integrated us to other schools, for me personally, it was a traumatic experience, an experience that I had to deal with for the rest of my life, and it was a difficult time for me. I didn't feel I belonged. I couldn't relate with the white kids in the school, and I longed to be back. Spanish was my first language when I was growing up, but when I started school, they didn't allow us to speak Spanish at school, so I had to speak English only. So my parents would speak to us in Spanish, and we would answer in English. My children, I didn't teach them Spanish because my husband didn't know how to speak Spanish too much, so I should have. They know all the bad words because
You taught us. The only thing my mom ever taught us in Spanish were the bad words.
that's not true.
So I was 19 and I was married and I had to start cooking for my family, so my mom taught me the basics and then I kind of learned the rest on my own.
Mine, it looks like Texas.
So, and you flip it over for the other side to cook. No, don't leave my tortillas alone.
They used to say
there.
that if your tortillas popped up, you were going to marry.
I wish mine hadn't popped up.
See, mine is raising up. See, I said I'm going to get married again.
Actually, I'm remarried.
As long as we have flour and beans,
And rice, we
And
won't
rice?
starve.
that's it. That's what we were raised on.
You were in the neighborhood and you could smell the tortillas being cooked from all over the neighborhoods. You knew what families were getting ready to have their dinner. It made me proud of, just proud of being part of that community.
My favorite childhood memory is just playing with my friends in my neighborhood, riding bikes, and playing with all my cousins.
My mother was a loving, giving, God-fearing woman, and she lived for her family. She got married when she was 17 and had 15 children, so that all her life was spent taking care of them.
I always tell her she's my hero because she didn't even finish the 9th grade, but yet she was able to achieve a degree in teaching, a bachelor's degree, a master's degree, and a degree in counseling, and so she's been the wind beneath my wings.
Yours are your dough was a little too sticky.
Yeah. And you roll it up.
My mother used to tell us that we were brothers and sisters and we should always love and protect each other, and that's what I want them to do also.
I hope they continue with our religious faith, and then I hope they continue to stay close to family and be there for their family and just love each other.
The first thing I would say is that they remember always that they need to include the Lord in their lives, and without the Lord they won't have any type of success. And then the second thing is to love each other, to know that they're have to help each other and be there for each other, because I think that family is the source of life.